let's get into our career at OU. Incredible times, man. You mentioned you came in a little undersized, but we dove right in. We got dropped off and we dove straight into workouts with Jerry Schmidt, aka Coach Schmitty, and we just went to work. And tell a couple of the funny stories. Specifically, tell the story of CC when we were doing bench, and then I want to share my favorite workout story of you because I think it's an awesome one.
Yeah, so get up there as freshman. First workout, we test. Our first couple workouts, we're testing 40 broad jump, shuttle, vertical. They're taking height and weight, going to the weight room. They're testing squat. They're testing bench. And yeah, Corey Callens, a great OU football player in his own right. He was a strength coach there when we got up there, and we were testing the bench press. Mind you, I got up to OU. I was 210 pounds soaking wet, so just grossly undersized for a Division I tight end. So we're testing bench press, and small skill receivers, cornerbacks, they usually test at 225. The big skill, so linebackers, tight ends, fullbacks, tested at 275 on bench, and then the big guys at 315. So they're rolling through the receivers, cornerbacks at 225, and I kind of mentioned maybe to one of the strength coaches, "Hey, I can't do that." So I hop under. They let me hop under 225 to test, and thank the Lord I muscled out 3 reps. I'm feeling kind of good about myself.
With everything you had in you, right?
With everything. I never was very good at the bench press, but especially back then I was horrible. I muscled out 3 at 225, and I pop up off the bench, kind of, shake it out a little bit, and CC's standing right in front of me, and he looks down at me and says, "Did you know you were coming here?" And yes, sir. And just got up, and the next guy come in, and that was kind of my welcome to the show moment. It's like, buddy, you better strap it on, and you better start eating and lifting and get it figured out real quick.
Rips the soul right outside of your chest, man. That is just so funny, man. That is fantastic. But I want to give a lot of credit to you. And you just went to work, and they said, "Hey, man, if you want to play here, you need to put on 40 to 50 pounds," which you did. You ended up playing, at 255 or so. You can see the picture up behind your head. You got big. And you found a way on the field. I never forget it. We were playing Texas Tech, our redshirt freshman year. You were the backup, kind of up back on kick return. We had an injury. And one of my favorite moments of all of college football, it's not a touchdown pass. It's not a touchdown run. It's not running out of a tunnel. It was standing there on the sidelines when we were on kickoff return, watching my twin brother run into the game for the first time and get his first rep as a college football player, at Owen Field, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Man, that was so cool for me as a brother to watch that. And then you just ran from there. Lettered for 4 years, earned a scholarship, ended up playing a ton, at H-back, tight end, and had some fun memories doing it. I know there was a couple games that you probably remember that you played a lot, or you had a fun play, or you're in on a fun play. Don't mention the one that I know we both know that we're going to talk about in a second. But tell us one of your favorite memories of a game that you were a part of, or even a game that you didn't play in that just sticks out in your head.
Yeah. So first, just going back to that, my first play ever for the Sooners, Trey Millard unfortunately went down with an injury. I was his backup on kickoff return. I jog out there, probably as nervous as I've ever been in my life. I'm in my head, I'm just thinking, I'm just going to hit somebody as hard as I possibly can. So I'm, watching the ball, Tech's kicker comes up, kicks it. There's probably a video of this too. And he hits, I don't know if it was on purpose because they saw the deer in the headlights out there, but knuckleball straight at my face, not even close to a normal kickoff, coming straight at me. And I hit the Olay and let it go by. And at that point, I had no idea what was going on. So I completely went away from my assignment and just went and tried to hit the first person that I saw. Probably made a horrible block.
Did you make contact? I wouldn't even know.
I think so, but I mean, thank God I didn't let that ball hit me. And Tech recovers, and then I may have never gotten on the field because things could have gone south pretty quick right there. But favorite games, favorite memories. Obviously, the Sugar Bowl, 2013, 2014, when you had kind of the coming out party there. That was special. Kind of getting literally a front row seat to watch that. Again, was playing on the kickoff return team, and Derrick Henry was a true freshman at Alabama and was on the kickoff team. So seeing a guy like that run down at you, that was something else.
That's an eye opener. Yeah.
Big time. Now that one was special just because, you did so well, just, the pride in that. And then just kind of the Sooner shock in the world. No one thought we could win that one. That one was a lot of fun. Bourbon Street's not bad either. It has a little party gift there. But Tennessee in 2015, that would have been Baker's coming out party. That game was so much fun because we're early in the season. We're both ranked, and that was the loudest environment I've ever been in college football. I don't know if they were piping noise in, which I think they may have done a little bit, but I mean, I dreamed about listening to Rocky Top for probably a month after that because that's all you heard all game. We didn't score a touchdown. I mean, it was 17-3 with I think like 8.5 minutes left in the fourth when we finally scored a touchdown.
Yeah, we played horrible in the first half.
Horrible. Well, it was just an awful offensive game until 8.5 minutes left, and then we turned it on. But I played a few snaps in that game at tight end, and one of the big ones was 4th and 1 from the 1 in the first overtime. Got a chance to get a good down block, and Samaje kind of disregarded his fake and went and kicked out the end, and Baker came, kind of right off that end that I had that I was on to send it or to potentially send it to a second overtime. And what a bunch of people don't know, I was the field goal and extra point snapper at that point. So I have my sweaty tight end gloves on. We score that touchdown. I rip my gloves off. I have to go snap the extra point to send it to a second overtime, and talk about being nervous there.
People don't realize like how big of a job that is. You just made a huge block on a 4th down play. Baker goes in the end zone. People are going nuts. Then nobody really pays attention, but you're taking off these sweaty gloves. Your hands are sweaty, and all that's going through your mind is what, 7-yard snap or less, probably less. I just got to get the ball in Jibo's hands so that he can make a good snap, good hold, good kick, send this thing to the next overtime.
And Austin Seibert's a true freshman in that game. It's probably his 3rd game of his career. I got sweaty hands. Jibo's stone cold back there. Nothing phases him. So I knew he was fine, but thank goodness that, sent a good snap back. Cause if that would have lost us the game, as a snapping field goals and extra points, no one should ever know that I ever did that unless something bad happened. Thank goodness it didn't there. But going on, another memorable game that I got to play in a bunch was in 2016 up at Iowa State. We played the weeknight game up there, and Joe and Samaje were out of that game. We had Abdul Adams was true freshman, I think our only scholarship guy that was available at running back. And Dimitri was the starting H, and, he ended up running for over 100 yards that game. So I got to play fullback and play quite a bit there. And that was a fun one, getting to play a bunch, especially getting to block for a guy that, you're with every day, in practice, you're working behind really. Then kind of getting to step in and try and help him out a little bit. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was at A&M at that point, and getting to watch that one on TV, man, I was fired up because, going back to what we had talked about, you just came in and you went to work and you gave yourself an opportunity to get in the game. And then when you got in the game, you made the most of it. And that's what I'm so proud about. And I think your story is incredible from, day one until the day you walked across the stage and got your diploma. And, you're obviously finished your career off there at OU with another Sugar Bowl win in 2016 over Auburn, which I got to be at and watch firsthand after we had unfortunately lost our bowl game when I was down in College Station. But, man, incredible memories. So let's I know we're at the end of the show, and so hopefully everybody's listening to this point, but the best moment, our favorite moment from college, 2015, I'm backing up Baker. You're getting a little bit of PT here and there, and we go on the road to Lawrence, Kansas to play Kansas.
Halloween.
Yeah, on Halloween. That's right. And so we, Kansas was not super competitive at the time. And so we go up on them pretty big. So I come in the game and you come in the game, and I'll never forget it, man. We go out there and I think it's it's like a cover 4 look. Anyways, it's 2 high safeties, and we ran the play that we called 66. So that was the route concept. So you kind of have a hitch on the outside and an inside fade from the inside receiver, and that was you. And man, if you thought I was throwing it anywhere else in the world, you're crazy. Probably not the look that you wanted on there, right? What'd you say?
Horrible read.
Yeah, horrible read by me. But you got leverage on Fish Smithson, who I ended up training with, and he was a really great player at safety. I gave you a little back shoulder fade, and you made an incredible catch, fell into the end zone, and not many people get to do what we did. Not only a brother-to-brother touchdown, but a twin-to-twin touchdown pass in a Big 12 game. Man, I thought Mom and Dad were going to lose it. I know I was losing it on the field. We were going nuts. And then, of course, you're taking off your gloves because you got to go and you got to snap the extra point. But tell us a little bit about what that meant to you, not only to catch a ball in a Big 12 game, but to be a touchdown, an incredible catch, and it be brother to brother.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't connect on that touchdown, I think Kansas had a chance to come back into that game. I mean, it was 55-7. We pushed the score up to 62-7. We really put ice on that sucker.
That's right.
It was, it's something you always dream of, scoring a touchdown, wearing Sooners across your chest. Really, really, really fun moment. Unfortunately, the game was so out of hand that there wasn't that many people in the stands at that point. But it was a dream come true.
Yeah.
Because we've done it. We did it at every level growing up. We did it, since kindergarten. I mean, couldn't even count how many touchdowns we connected for going up. But getting to do one kind of on, one of the biggest stages you can get on was, something that we'll obviously tell our kids about, and we'll probably pump the story up a little bit to, say it was a little bit bigger situation there than it was. But it's something we'll never stop talking about. And, like you said, family will never forget.
Yeah, we'll just have to go on YouTube and crop out the score at the bottom and add a couple extra fans to the stands at that point. But yeah, like you said, incredible moment. And, I think it gets even more special every year that we get further away from it. So a lot of great memories in the Crimson and Cream. I am a little bit bitter because I only got 2 Big 12 championship rings, and you guys won one the year I was gone. So you've got 3. So you can rub that in my face for sure. But nowadays we're fans, right? One of my favorite things is to be talking with you and hanging out with you, whether we're at the game or whether we're just texting back and forth every Saturday watching the Sooners. I know we get super passionate about it. And the times that we do get to go to Norman or to Cotton Bowl or things like that are my favorite memories.